Now that I've updated the helmet, this model's kind of out of date, and it's probably going to continue to get out of date, especially, like, the hands. It's like, I don't got, like, $200 to, like, drop on, like, upgrading this thing, so, we're now going to call this in the lore. There's going to be two different, like, Jesse Levines. I'm going to have a giant army of them. I'm going to have, like, a bunch of goons. I'll have, like, 8 different, like, versions of Scorpion here. Will be all my multicolored ninjas who will be like, get over here. I'm freezing you. And smoke. I'm announcing the games. Except for the ones that have already been announced.
Narrated by Jesse Levine.
Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Jess, and I feel like I have to, like, have a spark notes of, like, games that have already been announced, so when I go in, like, game showcases, I don't go like, I wonder if that game's been announced. I wonder if that game's been announced. Or, you know, it'd be a funny idea to have, like, a bingo card for it, just of random things. We have an announcement trailer, no gameplay. Oh, yeah! How will people react to women in the video game? I don't know, but if it's a woman with a sword, honestly, a bingo card might have probably been a funny idea. Mark off ideas. You see, this is more of like a fun mini game rather than really a Dimwitted at Dusk. Funny ideas to have for when looking at game showcases. A lot of funny things. I mean, I could talk about games that had been announced, but it feels like almost like a low-hanging fruit because all the games that people make fun of, they'll be like, boo, game that people make fun of, and every game that everyone's been excited for, oh yeah, I've been looking forward to that one, and then it gets canceled. Yeah, it's like when I made fun of Assassin's Creed before, where I'm like, is this gonna be a classic Ubisoft type move? And it's like, oh wow, classic Ubisoft type move. I was like, wow, who saw that coming? How interesting and engaging. I mean, yeah, this isn't no jumping for joy, anything like that. I mean, what's really the topic for today besides capitalizing on events that have occurred? That's a very good question. That's a very good question here. Nah, we're getting to the real topic of the conversation now. Why don't game showcases announce more games? You see, when I was looking through the list of games, I found myself lacking in games. While yes, there are some big announcements, I want more games. I don't want less games. I want more games. Don't I deserve more games? Big AAA studios. I think I deserve many more games. I want even more. Isn't this a statement about something quality over quantity? No. We've been getting lots of games for a long time, but the well of games has slowly been drying up like oil as we proceed to use more and more of it in the world. So, the simple thing what I'm trying to explain is AAA, big studios, people who announce games, get out your big drills, go to the Antarctic, and dig up more games. I simply do not care what happens to the polar bears. You know, can they play video games with their hands? No, they can't. So it's a shame. Womp, womp, womp. But me, I do have hands to play video games, and I think it's a great idea to start digging up more places of ecological significance so we can have more games. No, the environment is suffering. Oh my gosh. Well, then how else are we going to get bountiful amounts of games if we don't destroy our environment? It's not like people who play games go outside anyways. We're already inside playing video games and taking them, like, online and who's-y what's-it. Who goes to the store anymore? So when I see a game announcement like this reminds me back in 2019 when they were like, we're going to stop making so many games, stop making so many announcements to protect the environment from over-gaming when we shouldn't. And we should be conservative with our games and the amount of games we put out. But that's dumb and stupid. The reason being is because, as the consumer, I desire more games. Not just that, we've only been getting less and less games while they've still been drilling at the same rate. So, where have those games been going? And if you look at Microsoft, they've been getting canceled. And also, Sony has been canceling games as well. It's like, ooh, Sony. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. As an ex-CEO of Microsoft, I do really love canceling games. But now that I'm back out on the street, it's a stupid, unbelievably dumb practice. We are wasting all of these resources to make games. And for what? Probably actually a tax write-off, all things considered. That's what Hollywood does with their movies. And they tell us to say, nod your head, eat your glup, and say, oh wow, thank you so much, big game studio. But no. No. You can't just drill at the same rate and then cancel more games to get around this. I am on to you with all of their immense propaganda telling us again after again after again that we are getting a grand amount of games for the price, despite the fact that they have still been making games at the same pace, the same amount of drilling since forever. And say, now they say this is the status quo. No, I don't stand for this. So I propose a different solution. Using my knowledge as an ex-Microsoft CEO, obviously what we need to do is get our big gaming drills and drill in the Antarctic until we get every single juicy, delicious game on that market. Until we get the rate that we're used to having, which back in the PS2 and the Xbox 360 era, we were feasting at that time. Because if these big game studios won't do it, then you know what we have to do? We have to take it upon ourselves. Why didn't I just lead with that? Why am I complaining to big budget studios? Drills are less expensive than they ever have been in the world. So now, indie developers, AA studios, it's time to buy your drills and dig in the Antarctic so you can make even more games. You know what? Tell these game announcement studios that you're going to make your own game announcement studios and whoozy whatsits. Because if you have a bajillion games, that means you can make a big announcement show. And I'll be really happy watching it, seeing a bajillion games get flung at me. And won't there be consequences for our actions? Yes, but you know, at this point, I probably won't be around to see the consequences. So it's all A-okay with me.